welcome to MDM-TV.com's Friday show. I'm Molly Dutton with World News. Russia's foreign ministry has indicated that it plans to keep the territory of Crimea and not return it to the Ukraine, despite many requests to do so. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said that President Trump has been very aggressive with Russian leaders, and that he had expected Russia to withdraw from the region. Last Sunday, North Korea launched a long-distance nuclear-capable missile to demonstrate its military power in the region. All this took place while Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was visiting the United States and meeting with the U.S. President Donald Trump. The two were conversing at a Mar-a-Lago Saturday when Trump took the call on a mobile phone at his table, which was set in the middle of the private club's dining area. Trump and Abe's evening meal quickly morphed into a strategy session, the decision-making quite apparent to the other patrons. For the new commander-in-chief, this launch was the first national security incident of his presidency. Ranking House member Nancy Pelosi tweeted that it was dinner theater. A U.S. district judge in Virginia has ruled that President Donald Trump's executive order barring entry from 7 mostly Muslim countries is unconstitutional. Judge Lenani Brinkema issued a preliminary injunction asserting that Donald Trump's campaign vow to institute a Muslim ban violated the First Amendment. The First Amendment prohibits the government from establishing laws that favor one religion over another. The Monday ruling is significant as the judge ruled that religious bias is at the heart of the ban. We'll be right back after this break.
Carrie's Caboose is a locally owned business that has produced scoops of smiles in Montrose since 2002. When you stop at Carrie's Caboose, you'll be served by familiar, friendly, smiling faces of current and past Montrose School students. Carrie's Caboose has 28 hand-dipped flavors of ice cream, as well as a variety of cool, palate pleasures with their soft-serve specialties. I scream, you scream, we all scream for Carrie's Caboose ice cream.
Thanks, Molly. Kayla Brown is now speaking out after being held captive for 2 months in a metal cage on a farm in South Carolina. Brown was a guest on the Dr. Phil show when she related the story about how Todd Colkep, a local real estate agent, had contacted her about paying her to clean houses he had listed. Brown and her boyfriend, Charlie Carver, were both invited out to Colkep's house to clean last August. Once they arrived at Colkep's house, he fired 3 bullets into Carver's chest, killing him. He then forced Brown into a metal container on the property and wrapped Carver in a tarp outside. She told Dr. Phil, "He left me bound and he also put a chain around my neck. He let me know that if I tried to run, he would kill me. If I tried to hurt him, he'd kill me. If I fought back, he'd kill me. And then he raped me." Colkep has admitted to as many as 7 murders and is now facing 15 years in prison for kidnapping. A United Airlines flight scheduled to fly out of Austin, Texas, was delayed after passengers questioned the pilot's mental state. Passengers say the pilot boarded the plane in street clothes and started talking to the passengers over the intercom. The pilot's announcement over the intercom included a rant about the recent divorce and the recent 2016 presidential election. The pilot also reportedly asked passengers to take a vote as to whether she should be wearing her uniform. Passengers took to Twitter, contacting United Airlines and commenting on how the pilot seemed unstable and how it made passengers feel uncomfortable. Some on social media even said some passengers exited the plane. The pilot was escorted off the flight and a new pilot was brought in. The flight departed safely 2 hours later. No comment yet from United Airlines. Nearly 200,000 people were evacuated from Oroville, California, after the country's tallest dam experienced damage in its emergency spillway. Recent heavy snow and rain in the Sierra Nevada mountains have created an almost overflow situation in the lake. The spillway had to be used for the first time in 50 years. A huge hole in the concrete spillway caused erosion that threatened the dam and potentially nearby communities. Lake Oroville is located about 150 miles northeast of San Francisco and is one of the largest man-made lakes in California at 900 feet deep. The lake is also the main source of water for most of California, which has been under a severe drought threat for 2 years. The evacuation started after authorities warned that failure of the emergency spillway could create a 30-foot wall of water that would devastate nearby communities. The lake level is currently being lowered, after which authorities will decide if the area is safe to repopulate. After the break, we'll hear from Drew with State News.
American Metal Roofs save energy, and we need your house to prove it. We're conducting a research study on the home energy savings of American Metal Roofs Inspiration Energy Savings Smart Roofing System. Study participants will earn a deep discount on a new Inspiration ES Smart Roof, including specially coated metal roofing, high-flow ridge vents, cutting-edge smart energy technology, and more. Call today to claim your spot in this important research study. Call 844 Metal Roofs for an appointment today.
AmericanMetalRoofs.com.
Welcome back. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services ordered a Flint hospital to immediately comply with federal recommendations that were issued because of the hospital's association with a deadly Legionnaires' disease outbreak. The state HHS said that the hospital's water system is unsanitary and a possible source of the illness. The order indicated that McLaren Flint had failed to comply with last fall's recommendations made by the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. Some outsiders experts suspect that the 2014-2015 outbreak was linked to the Flint lead containment tap water, but the state said the review of information initially provided by the hospital has raised several new questions that require answers. We'll be updating this story as details come to light. Police tasered a 43-year-old man and placed him into custody Tuesday afternoon after he had hid from police in Port Huron area school. The Port Huron Times-Herald reported that the police were responding to a call about a suspicious person cutting a residential water hose around 1 p.m. When police arrived, the men fled the scene and eluded them by heading into nearby Trinity Lutheran School. An officer used a taser to subdue the man who had an outstanding fraud warrant. Police also arrested a 28-year-old man a shorter time later in connection with the incident, with a third suspect was able to get away. The arrests have led to the opening of an investigation into the possible production of methamphetamine. David?
Thanks, Drew. On Tuesday, by a 7-2 vote, the Genesee County Board of Commissioners passed a law that would raise the tobacco purchase age from 18 to 21. Michigan Attorney General Bill Schuette raised concerns about the bill. Schuette is worried that the law may cause conflict between state and county laws. Proponents have argued that the creation of the law would help to end tobacco addiction in young adults. The law will take 90 days before it goes into effect. Also on Tuesday, a judge set aside the murder convictions of two Flint brothers, Keontae and Markel Sadler. According to attorney David Moffitt, the brothers were granted new trials for shooting a man behind a liquor store in 2014. Moffitt also stated that the prosecutors conceded that the jurors weren't given the option to consider other crimes besides murder. Time will tell how the new trial will affect the brothers' sentence. In any case, prosecutors are seeking justice for the victim. After the break, we'll hear from Eric with sports.
Big pick two!
McDonald's McPick 2 menu, now featuring grilled and crispy chicken snack wraps. Choose any two for $2.50, like a McDouble, McChicken sandwich, small fries, or a snack wrap.
Welcome back to the MDM-TV.com Friday show. I'm Eric with sports. The Montrose Lady Rams basketball team dropped another game Tuesday night to Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy 38-28. Despite the loss by the girls team, the Montrose boys varsity basketball team ended a 4-game losing skid with a big 58-25 win over the Dragons from Sassa. John Ward led the Rams with a career game, pouring in 22 points and corralling 20 rebounds. Tuesday night was a good night for the Michigan State Spartans. After picking up a big win over Iowa on Saturday, the Big Green Machine was back in action at the Breslin Center, facing Big Ten rival Ohio State. Alvin Ellis led the Spartans in the 74-66 win, making the most of his 27 minutes off the bench, dropping in 18 points and snagging 7 rebounds. The Michigan Wolverines, who picked up another Big Ten win against Indiana on Sunday, are in action again tonight at the Chrysler Center of Ann Arbor against the 11th-ranked Bronson Koenigsegg Wisconsin Badgers. After tonight's contest with the Badgers, both Michigan and MSU will have 5 games remaining before tournament play. The Wolverines look for veteran leadership to lead the way to the dance, whereas Tom Izzo and the Spartans count on a class of green freshmen to carry them all the way to the tournament. The Detroit Pistons topped the Dallas Mavericks last night in a close game, 98-91. The Pistons were led by Andre Drummond, who was just 1 point shy of a double-double while hauling in 11 boards. It was the last game for both teams before the All-Star break this weekend in New Orleans. The Wings dropped yet another game last night to the Blues, this time 2-0. They will play again on Saturday afternoon. That's it for the MDM-TV.com Friday show. I'm Eric Vanderpfeiffer. We will see you right here next week.